Hello, my name is Ramon with DoorBird Technical Support. In this video, I'm going to show you how to program our multi-tenant intercoms, specifically those with multiple call buttons like our D2103 here. The easiest way to set up this unit is by utilizing our web administrator tool, which is going to let you log into the unit remotely using a web browser. And here you'll be able to configure the call buttons and manage the users remotely. I'll grab my laptop and I'll share my screen to show you the process. All right, so I've navigated to webadmin.doorbird.com and I've entered the administration credentials which were enclosed in the digital passport for this unit, specifically the administrator username that ends in 4 zeros. After entering the credentials, I'll hit continue. All right, now that we're logged in, the first step is to go into the button configuration and map the units to our call buttons. I'll select button configuration, select settings. Here, the first call button is button 1, which is the first one at the top. I'll expand that one. Under display name, I'll enter unit 101, hit save. Button 2, which is going to be unit 102. In my case, it'll be the button at the middle. Hit save. Lastly, button 3, which in my case is the last call button at the bottom. I'm going to enter unit 103 under that display name. And for these, the schedule for action is always going to be a 24/7 push notification so that when that call button is pressed, it sends a notification 24/7. And I'll hit save on that. The next step is to create user accounts that are associated with each call button. So I'll go into the user section. This is going to take me to the user management section, and here I'm going to see two pre-configured accounts. The first account is the administrator account, and then the second is a pre-configured user account. For this, I like to repurpose this account so that my Unit 101 tenant can use this 0001 account. So I'm going to expand this account. Under name comment, I'll enter Unit 101 tenant. I'm going to change the password so that it prompts me to resend those credentials. It's going to generate a secure password for me. It's already assigned to my first call button, which is my Unit 101 button. The next step is to configure the permissions. And for permissions, the first one that we have is the watch always permission. For multi-tenant applications, I typically don't recommend granting this permission. If this permission is granted, the user can always look at the camera, but if it's not granted, they can only look at the camera when a visitor presses their call button for a short 3-minute window. I'll turn that off. Motion, since this is going to be a heavily trafficked area, I don't recommend granting permission to receive motion notifications, so I'll turn that off. I'll grant them permission for history so that they can see a picture when somebody presses the call button in case they miss a visitor. For geofencing, I don't recommend this as it means that the tenant could enable geofencing in the app to automatically open the door when they walk 100 meters. So I don't recommend that for MDU applications. And then the API operator application permission, they don't need that either because it's a permission that's used for API integrations. And here I'm only going to grant them permission for the relay 1, which is our front door, and we're not using relay 2. So I'll hit save. This is going to open up a sharing menu. So I'm going to type in the email of the tenants. This is going to send them an email with the login credentials as well as instructions on how to log into the DoorBird app and how to download it. So I'll hit send after entering their email. If you wish, you can also download a PDF of these credentials in case you would like to hand them to the tenant directly. Or if you'd like to attach it in a different email, you can do so as well. So I'll hit done. Next step is to create 2 more accounts. So I'm going to press the plus sign at the top and I'll create the Unit 102 tenant account. It's going to make another pre-configured user account in 0002. Under the name comment, I'm going to enter Unit 102 tenant. It already has a pre-configured password. The next step is to map this user to a call button. So I'm going to map this one to the button 2, Unit 102 J2 call button. I'll select the permissions. In this case, I'm only going to grant them permission for history as well as the relay one, and I'll hit save. The sharing menu is going to pop up again, so I'll enter the email and I'll hit send. Perfect, I'll select done. Lastly, I'll create the Unit 103 tenant account. Under name comment, I'll enter Unit 103 tenant. It already has a pre-configured password for me. I'll assign it to the button 3J3 call button for the Unit 103. And here I'm going to grant them permission for the history as well as relay one as well. Hit save. So enter their email. And the invitation email was successfully sent. So I hit done. Now I'll show you what that email that they received looks like. In the email they'll receive, it's going to contain a PDF with instructions on how to log into the DoorBird app as well as how to download the DoorBird app. And they also have a QR code that will let them scan it so inside the DoorBird app so that it automatically enters a username and password for them and it logs them in. All right, I have two phones here. The first phone is connected to my Unit 101 account, and the second phone is connected to my Unit 102 account. So I'm going to press the call button and demo that notification for testing purposes. All right, I received a DoorBird notification. Now let's test the second call button, which is my Unit 102 account. Perfect. Looks like it's working.